Quick question, is this for the dub or the sub?
This is for both.
All right, enough joking. All right. I'm sorry.
Welcome to VoiceBox,
where we take voiceover scripts
and create fun audio performances.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Austin.
I'm Jeme.
And I'm Tex.
Okay, so this past week's theme was Antagonist. The bad guys. Absolutely terrible. Villainy, antagonist. Today we have 4 people here, including myself. Wonderful people. All of them are our Discord moderators. Wonderful people. Know how to do stuff. Been voice acting for like 20 plus years. No, I'm just kidding. No, it might as well have been.
Unofficially voice acting for 20 plus years. AKA annoying my family.
But all of them have like really awesome like insight whenever it comes to voiceover and doing voice acting stuff and what sounds good, what to look for, and all this other stuff. And it's really awesome to have them on the show. So thank y'all so much for coming. And it's really, really a pleasure to have y'all on episode 3. So let's go ahead and start with one of the new guys, either Jeme or Tex.
I guess I will.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Tell us
right.
a little bit about like what was your inspiration? What inspired you for your creation for this past week's theme?
So I took script number 2. I feel like I know Austin's very surprised I took that script. And the major thing I wanted to take from it is specifically I just wanted to feel like it was at a bar or like a lounge or something. You know, my scene partner is just confronting me because it's like I was at the top, but now all of a sudden people are finding out that I did some like crappy things, some pretty bad things to get there. So as a result, after confronting me, I just go on this like huge tirade where I start frustrated, but it starts showing hints of like sadness, depression, and is it because of the fact that he regrets it? Or is it because of the fact that he got caught? I don't know. That's up to the audience to figure out. And it's because I took that because for me it's a way to practice, because I already do anger I think really well, but I don't do sadness really well. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that is so freaking... I cannot wait to hear this.
Sorry to tell you, but I've already come to grips with my life philosophy. And it's not all that believe in yourself garbage. It's that you're not always cut out to be the hero. And listen, man, I'm not an idiot. I know everyone out there hates my guts. Well, guess what? You don't have a clue what it's like to be me. You know, waking up every morning, looking in the mirror and just staring at yourself. Telling yourself that you didn't choose to be the bad guys, that they did. You know something? I've broken my hand. Watched it bleed from punching my own reflection. Watched it bleed into the sink. So if you don't like me, well, that's too bad! Because guess what? I don't like me either! But that's what it takes. That's what it takes to be powerful. To be the head honcho. To be the big cheese. To be better than you.
Hey, thanks for that present, Jeme. Hey everyone, this is Past Jeme, and here's a little bit of my explanation of like my choices and whatnot. Honestly, I'm super excited to be a part of the VoiceBox crew whenever I can, because this helps me improve my audio engineering skills alongside expanding my imagination when it comes to scene building, whether it involves just the raw audio of just using my voice, or building it with sound effects, music, etc., etc., etc. So, for this scene, I felt it was someone who is quietly, like, at a bar, like a public setting, like a bar or a lounge or something, and he's confronted by his friend, who has seen him as this, you know, top guy, this huge CEO, or like, top of the food chain sort of guy, but it's been recently figured out he's done questionable, like, borderline illegal ways to get to the top, so that guy just confronts him about it, and he just starts frustrated. but over the course he starts getting like a bit more like sad as opposed to angry. And we don't know if it's because the fact that that he regrets it, or maybe he's caught. I'm personally not sure, but it's up to the audience to figure that out, right? So the reason why I chose to go sad as opposed to angry is because I already have an angry sounding voice, so that's cake for me to start off with. So I opted to try a little bit of sadness to see if it can like come to that point, if I can portray that to the audience, because I can feel it, but can the audience feel it? The script was really fun to revisit because everyone did super well with this script during the practice session over in the voice practice group. So I wanted to give it my own spin. I wanted to join in on the fun myself. Sorry about it, I've been going on a bit too long. That's all the time I got, so back to you, Present Gem, and the VoiceBox crew.
Dang.
Yo. All right.
Wow, that was...
Started off good.
Oh man, that was awesome.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Well, it's
Welcome
so
to-
awesome, right? Like, oh wow, you actually
I
built
want to
out
know
the
where you got
scene.
like. I want to know where you got the crowd noises. Like the way you were delivering that made it feel like you were actually in a bar, like talking to the hero or maybe the side character, somebody, and then that table slam near the end. Like, whoa, hold up.
got
Yeah,
real.
that was a really cool transition.
Yeah.
That glass, man. That scared me. I was like, whoa, what just happened? It's like the barkeeper was making drinks and then he got mad. He just smashed the glass next to him. It's like,
I love
okay.
how, like, in the background, you can hear somebody vigorously shaking up some kind of drink, and he's getting more and more, like, annoyed with him explaining himself. It's like, uh-oh.
Man,
Not
the one
again,
thing that
Gerald.
I really loved, is that like after you're like, I watched it bleed into the sink. There was like a huge gush of sound. I'm like, oh my gosh, how bad is this guy bleeding right now?
He's just pouring it out.
I feel like you could...
pouring and pouring
I
and
feel like
pouring.
this would fit well in like an Edgar Wright movie. If anybody knows that director, Scott Pilgrim,
Oh,
Baby
okay.
Oh
Driver.
yeah.
He uses a lot of visuals and sounds connected to what the characters say. Like when people say like boom or hit, and you'll hear the sound effect or watch something in the scene coincide with what they're saying. One of the very few directors that does it. Sorry, that's just like that. That's how Jeme did that scene. I could see this being like in an Edgar Wright movie. I was like, yo, nice, dude.
Man, so freaking cool. Thanks a whole lot, Jemmy.
Jameson.
Thanks a lot, man. That was super cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Thank you for showing that. That was really awesome.
Thank you for having me.
So, let's move on to the next person, shall we? Tex,
Yeah.
go ahead and tell us a little bit, 30 seconds to about a minute of your inspiration. What was your inspiration for this piece?
It's based off one of the antagonists in one of the book. If anybody doesn't know, I'm a writer. I'm currently writing, right now, and this is one of the antagonists who believes that his role in the world is to be the bad guy because he believes society is dying from comfort, not from squalor. So he's supposed to balance things out. Crazy, I know, but he is the antagonist. And it's also inspired by, really quick, I am a big baseball fan. It's mainly the Astros, and if you're a baseball fan, you know everybody pretty much hates us. And there was a video I saw from a sports YouTuber that he was poking fun. He posted our team's logo onto Scarface, and during the scene where he's drunk and he says, "You all need me, cause you need somebody to point and tell your kids that's the bad guy." And so I was like, yeah, this will fit perfectly with this. So that's pretty much it.
Cool. Let's take a listen to it. I can't wait.
You don't get it, do you? You see, at the end of the day, I am necessary. When we have no common enemy, we go back to being natural. And in our natural state, we are selfish, violent, hateful creatures. Utopia, dystopia, it doesn't matter. It all ends with greed, vengeance, or hate, or power. And the only reason you haven't torn each other apart is because of people like me. You need people like me. So you can all come together, put my face on a poster, point your finger and say, that's the bad guy. So go ahead. Hate me. It's what I want. I brought you all together, and I can easily break you all apart.
Ooh. This guy, man. Ooh, that character.
Yeah.
So mad, so frustrated, so misunderstood. It is missing quite a bit of the audio engineering that I was hoping for, but it's okay because
With
this
practice,
one,
hopefully, I can do it. I'm not very good at adding.
oh,
Yeah, I'm
trust,
learning, though.
Trust me. If you want to do this again, hit me up, man, or hit Jeme up. Jeme's always wanting work, man.
Gotcha.
But anyway, thank you so much for sharing that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was great. Like, you know, like literally just how you were reading it. Honestly, with some some great imagination, I felt all the movements. I felt like all of the subtle. It was a very subtle movement piece, and that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, I loved how like it was still, you still had the anger in there and the frustration, but it wasn't like way too over the top or too not enough, because it all came across to me. It made sense. Cool. So let's move on. Austin, would you like to go next, or would you like to flip a coin?
I will happily go next.
Ah, yeah. So go ahead and tell us, Austin, what was your inspiration for your piece?
I wanted to do a different kind of voice than I usually do, and I didn't want it to be just a normal, scary villain. Like, I wanted there to be a lot of like depth behind the reasons that they were upset or angry, and just really trying out a different voice that might not be the healthiest voice to do, but it was still a lot of fun to like record it and to edit it and to mess around with it to make it sound like it does.
Well, let's go ahead and take a gander at Austin's really quick.
What's going on? Why am I here?
Why? What do you mean? Why? You know exactly why I'm doing this. You hurt me first, and now this is my justice. You're getting exactly what you deserve.
No, you died in that fire. It can't be.
I hope you suffer for the rest of your life. Only then will you understand the pain you put me through. Forgive me, Father.
Can I send you the bill to my therapist? Gosh, dude, that was so unsettling in like the best way possible. If only it were October, this would be way more fitting.
Yeah.
My
know,
gosh,
sorry,
I was
guys.
like,
Next
holy
year.
crap.
Wow.
I could see this in one of those old school horror movies where it's like kind of funny but also like scary and sad. It's like, what is that thing? I kind of want to leave.
So cool.
It's very macabre. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Love it. Wow.
That was some very unsettling stuff, man. Ah.
It's like a train wreck, but
Thank
you
you.
can't take
like-
your eyes off it.
It's like a monster, and it's like the son, and then the father, and it's what a picture that
Yeah.
painted for me. That was wild.
But Austin, have you ever played Haunting Ground?
No.
Oh my gosh, because like there's in the first level there's like a giant ogre that you have to like face against, and I'm just imagining that.
You kind of sound like the bad guy from Basket Case. It's an old 80s horror thing. It's literally like the guy's brother, but he's mutated and lives in a basket, hence the name.
Oh.
And the way he talks, it's kind of like that voice. It's like,
Man,
Oh.
could definitely tell that character was in pain at certain points. I was like, man, it's so sad at the same time. Ooh.
It was supposed to be so sad, so it worked.
Sad antagonist. Well, cool. Thank you so much for sharing. That was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now I guess it's my turn.
Oh yeah.
I guess. Oh, don't twist my arm.
Yes.
I guess I could start with the inspiration. For this, I had recorded this so many times because I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And I just figured, like, okay, I'll just start throwing things at it, and maybe something will happen. Which is probably not the best way to go about it, but that's what I did. So I eventually came to this. I was in a Batman mood, and I was just like, you know what, them old Batman villains and antagonists or whatever, a scene like that would be really cool. So then I wrote out like a double dialogue like between like the hero who is captured and then this is the antagonist villain or whatever who is misunderstood, and they're a lot more serious. They're not as wild and crazy like the Joker or anything, but they're more like the serious kind of villain. And I really wanted to capture that, but I didn't have any of the sound effects that I wanted, and I haven't slept for days, and I'm just like, okay, well, this is all I'm gonna give. So you guys could just tell me what you think afterwards, and that's it.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I've already found my life philosophy. And it's not all that believe in yourself garbage. No. It's that you are not always going to be the hero. And I'm no idiot. I know everyone hates me. Can I tell you a secret? I've broken both of my hands before. Just by smashing my bloody fists into my own reflection. You don't like me? Well, then join the club. Because I don't like me neither. Just waking up every morning, staring into the mirror, telling yourself that it's not your fault. You didn't choose to be the bad guy. I did. But that's all right. Because you are not always going to be the hero too. And then you will start to understand.
I don't
No scene.
ever want to hear you talk about, oh, no, I didn't do enough. Like, this is ripped. This is ripped. Like, I'm convinced you somehow went back in time, forced the creators of Batman the Animated Series to make a Easter egg episode, and just took that audio and put it on here. This sounds like it comes right out of Batman the Animated Series. I mean, everything from the music, the pacing, the voice. You guys want to gush too? Because that's all I'm going to do. That was... Wow.
You
Wow.
gush and then I'll gush.
Go. You go. I mean, wow.
I mean, just
Go
like...
ahead.
The piano, like, complemented it so well without being, like, over the top. But you did just such, like, the voice, there was so much depth and so much going on with the character. And it just... I was not expecting that voice out of you. So to hear that, and to hear it like so consistently and so great the whole time, was just really, really cool.
Wow. Thanks, guys. I appreciate
Nah, man, like that.
When
that
you
was,
said
like,
it,
it was amazing. Like what I think the best thing I love hearing is when number one, people make scripts their own, and B, when they swap around like certain lines while they still mean the same thing and still portray the same message, but they use the they change around the words so it fits their character's diction. Like, what would they say? What would that character say?
Yeah, I forgot to say that in my thing before we started. This is Jeme's script. He wrote this one. I had altered it a bit. And you're absolutely right. That's what I did.
I mean, that's fine.
I felt like I needed to change it because I had a character, and I was just like, okay. And then it just kind of morphed into that. That's just what happened.
I like that. I like that a lot,
sorry.
dude.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe or like button if you like this or want to see more voiceover and audio engineering stuff or script writing stuff like this. Feel free to leave a comment and tell us how you really feel. If you're a creator just like us and want to join in on the fun, then join our Discord server. Link is in the description below. Go art!
Go art.
Go art.
Go fart.
It's gonna sound like some kind of medieval or like Norse thing. It's like, go art. I remember him.
Go art.
The fine Norse warrior he was.